Okay, so we've got Matt and Rachel, and they've been kind enough to actually take us through their new drive. So what do we got here?
So we've got an Isuzu NPS.
Yes.
Dual cab.
Yes.
And yeah, so we've taken us about 3 or 4 months to build it up.
Yep.
And we're ready to head off around Australia.
Oh wow,
Week or so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks pretty well set up. So do you want to do a walk around the outside first and tell us what we've got?
Yep. Start right.
Yep.
So the AAV is the company, Australian Adventure Vehicles.
Okay.
That built the original platform, as in they put the super singles on, and the bull bar, the winch, and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So basically we've got 20,000 pound winch at the front.
Yep. Some decent lights.
Yeah, so we've got the Baja Designs, they're the LP9s and the LP4s. So they're pretty much the type of lights that the off-road racing, in Mexico and that sort of thing use. They're quite bright, so they really light up, make it daylight driving at night.
Decent bull bar.
Yeah, so I think it's an alloy bar with a frame the winch sits in. And then underneath they've got protectors and stuff that AAV have done for radiators and air conditioning cabinets and stuff. So,
okay. And your tyres?
So we're running 37-inch tyres.
Yep.
So obviously these come with a dual at the back, but AAV convert them to a super single, they call it, where they go, I think they come out to about standard 31-inch.
Yep.
So they put the bigger tyres on, and then we've gone, suspension-wise, we've gone from Brad Zacker suspension, which is the King's off-road, because they're pretty harsh ride, these trucks.
Yes.
So that really smooths them out, makes them a bit more.
Okay. You'd have a pretty big compressor for airing up and airing down.
Yeah, so we'll get to that in a second. We've got so basically AAV also, that's the factory batteries. They do a bit of a fuse board here with some isolators for the 2 winches, because the winch at the front and the rear.
Yes.
And then we've got a 40-litre water tank in the headboard of the tray, which that's just the tap there for it. And then because the trucks are 24 volt, so we're running a 12 volt battery as well, just to run, so we can charge. Obviously,
that's an iTech.
Yeah, iTech World battery to run the caravan, so we can charge the caravan and then off it. So
cool.
And then if you walk around, basically the back, as you can see, there's winch at the back.
Yep.
And also we've got another 290 litres of water underneath the tray.
Yep.
So that's tapped, and that's got a pump on it, that one, so we can pump in and fill up the...
Two spares.
2 spares with the boat on top.
So how do you get the spares off?
A lot of hard work.
That's why you come into it. Yeah.
So some people do have a little winch set up.
Yeah.
I could probably, with the boat loader, the winch obviously comes down. I could probably hook it up to winch them up and down if I want. I can get one up there by myself, but
so it's probably better off not having a flat.
Yes. So, and then around this side, we've got, as you're saying about the compressors, we've got inside, we'll open that up in a second, we've got between these two air tanks here that run to, we've got on either side, we've got ARB and one at the rear to air up or air down.
So you've got diesel, so how big's the diesel tank?
So the factory is 140 and then underneath there's another 150, so we've nearly got nearly scrambled.
So what sort of range would you get?
It's a pretty first. They're about, we're averaging 27 to 30 litres per 100, so we can nearly get 1,000 k's depending on the terrain.
And that's pulling the caravan?
Yeah, that's pulling the caravan. So we've got that's a 4.5 ton caravan.
Yep. Pull it pretty easy with this rig.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll go and have a look inside. So we'll start with this side.
Oh.
So this side here we have a Engel, I think it's a 60 litre fridge that we're using as our freezer.
Yes.
So that's on a drop down slide. We've got a couple of drawers, because I'm an electrician by trade, so I'm taking some tools with us when we hit the road.
Yes.
So we've got some drawers, all our tools and stuff, full of tools. And the Milwaukee pack out stuff sort of worked out well to stack stuff in. So
it's perfect fit actually.
Yeah, so and then on this side's basically the electrical system of the...
There's a fair bit there.
Yeah. So we've got basically two 24 volt compressors.
Yes.
So that hooks up to the air tank. And basically we've got a Victron system. So the Victron system, we've got, it's all 24 volt.
Yes.
So it's got two 200 amp hour batteries. So we've got 400 amp hours at 24 volt.
Yep.
So if it was 12 volt, it's basically 800 amp hours.
Wow.
That's pretty big. So, and then we've also got, on the roof, we've got a Starlink Mini. So that's run by the Outback Comms system you can see in there. Up the top we've got 4 DC-DC chargers.
Yes.
And we've got two 200 watt solar panels on the roof. So we've got the one on the far right is the MPPT to run the solar.
Wow.
So the reason we've gone 4 DC-DC chargers is it can basically, we've got a high output, we've put a 180 amp 24 volt alternator on it. So instead of taking a generator or anything, we can use the truck as our generator. So it can, with those 4 DC-DC chargers, which puts out roughly 60 amps at 24 volt, we can charge this or the caravan.
Oh well. Yep.
And with that alternator at idle, it pulls 100 amps at idle.
Wow,
so
that's pretty cool.
So,
No, it's a pretty impressive setup you've got there.
Yeah.
And you've got all your fuses.
Yeah, so
and
we've
things.
got so in the corner whether you can see it, that's a 5,000 watt inverter.
Oh, yes.
So we've got quite a big inverter there, the big blue thing. So that with a 5,000 watt inverter, we can run pretty much anything. So we've got a caravan with a 3,000 watt inverter. So we're running. When we go off grid, we run fully full electric. We don't have any gas or anything. So it's run.
Yep.
Yeah. So
very
that's
good.
Pretty much that's this side of it. Anyway.
So just one quick question: what's this little spring here for? That's not your suspension.
No. So what they've got is it's called it's a subframe that AAV build. So because these the chassis in these trucks twist a bit when you forward drive and stuff, just like a C-section chassis. So you don't hard mount your tray, or you'll end up with an aluminium tray. You'll end up cracking and breaking the tray. So what they do is they mount the tray. They have this subframe which holds the water and the extra water and fuel tank, and it's mounted by these springs. So as your chassis twists, it won't crack
That makes sense. Yeah, a lot of electric stuff there that needs to be protected.
Yeah. So, and then in the back here,
more Milwaukee.
Yeah, more Milwaukee.
I reckon you sort of must be sponsored by Milwaukee.
Yeah. So basically we've got the chainsaw, ladder, and you can see the outboard motors stuck in there, and just another little shelf. And we've obviously got lighting we can turn on and off. Which is a little bit tall to mount, but we've got little steps that we use.
Oh, well.
That's the only drawback with the whole system is it's, as you can see, the tray height.
But when you're doing river crossings and stuff like that, that's an advantage,
true.
Yeah. No, good job.
So on the passenger side, which is sort of the side with we've got the fridge and stuff like those. So in the corner here we've got basically a control hub. So you just got the Victron control hub, and you can see that just tells you what. So at the moment we're charging 6.4 amps. Showing there, so you can go into that screen menu and you can go to the inverter, and it's off at the moment, so we can flick that on, tick, go back to pages, and it shows that the inverter, it'll eventually show that changes to on, or should. We've got just some switches here, and there's also another one of these that will show you inside the cab. So you can turn the air compressors on or off. The pump for the water, there's some lights inside and some lights on there's lights up on the cab, and also at the rear there's a couple of lights that we will switch from there. And then we've got I think it's a 130 litre fridge, and then just a slide out pantry.
So that's pretty cool.
And then just a slide out. So slides out, and you can fold it down, and it's got a cook plate and do your cooking and stuff. So
very good.
So that's pretty much that side. We've got a couple of vents, front and rear. I'll show you in here that it's set with that thermostat up. The thermostat up here. That's set. So that's set at if it comes to turns 35 degrees inside here, these two thermo fans is on either side. hands will kick in.
Oh, yeah.
Pull some hot air out of the.
Oh, good. That's the other end of the motor.
Yeah, so that's the motor. So it's got the LMAC slide, just slides
Yep.
down, pulls out.
And if it's raining,
Yeah, that's right.
You're
If
under
it's
this.
raining, You've got a bit of protection.
Yeah.
We're looking at maybe warming up.
Yeah.
We'll worry about it. We'll see how we go before we worry about that. And to do a bit of off-grid without the caravan, so
Yep.
just go in the truck with the swag and stuff as well. So inside, they originally come with a bench seat for the passenger, so you get 3 people in the front seat.
Yep.
So with AAV converted it to a single seat, so two seats, and these are suspension seats.
Oh, yep.
Again, because
Yep.
it's a truck, they're not comfortable. And then they've just built a, as you can see there, a centre console.
Okay.
And then we've got UHF, Rachel's knackers.
Where did they come from?
Rachel? They're hers, not mine. And another one, as you can see there, there's the control. So that if I turn that on there, it's the same. It's like,
Same. Yep.
yep. So you can turn it on from one, off from the other, that sort of thing. Other than that, the UH and those, there's a Sirocco fan in the back.
No, that's a good idea.
Our kids are all grown up and older, but I'll show you the back seat. We've got a sausage dog this big.
Yep.
But it's got a bed that big. So.
Oh, well, look at the size of. I reckon I could sleep in that one.
So a whole back seat for the dog.
We've just been checking out your rig. I've seen your bed there. Hey, how you going? Jelly, how you going? And you've got your hat racks up
Yeah,
there.
and the hat racks, that's pretty much. And we've also, the whole inside of the cab, they don't come, we just have that vinyl floor and nothing else.
Yep.
So when we got it, we fully stripped out the inside.
Yep.
And sound deadened the whole thing and insulated it. Car builders do a kit for these trucks, so
Yep.
it comes all pre-cut.
Yep.
So that was a fair effort. So we did the whole, like the floor, the roof lining, the back wall, was all been sound, and it makes a huge difference for temperature and quietness. Oh, and the last thing we did do is smoke fabrications with in drawers. Yeah, this one's just got dog food and stuff in it, and there's one on the other side as well.
So are they local or?
No, I think they're in Queensland or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I just found them through Facebook, some post someone put on the NPS page.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're pretty easy to mount up under the seats.
So do you have a ramp for your dog to get into the vehicle?
No, we've got to pick her up.
You pick her up.
So,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
So what about monitors inside yours?
Yeah, come around the other side. So in the driver's seat here, we've basically got a monitor here. This one here is for the tyre pressure of the truck, and then the other one, the iCheck one, is the one for the caravan. That's the second fuel gauge, which you press when the car's on. You press this button, and it switches it to the water gauge.
Oh, wow.
So it can be fuel gauge or water gauge, and then the switch to transfer the fuel from one tank to the other. And then you've just got your driving light switches and stuff like that. So other than that, we haven't done much.
Reversing camera.
Just the safety Dave camera,
Yep.
what a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty much.
You get a pretty good view from up there.
Yeah, it's really good. I've come from a Silverado 2500.
Yep.
So lack of power is the biggest issue and
Yep.
comfort. Other
Yep.
than that, we actually enjoy it.
Yep.
We've done about 7,000 Ks in it so far on a couple of trips.
Yep.
And we've enjoyed the sitting up high and
Yep.
just cruising along. Yeah.
So I must add there, a shout out to my brother-in-law Dave, who has got a Silverado, who's actually heading north at the moment to the Cape. You need to actually sell yours because it isn't as powerful as this little beastie, and it's been recommended here. So I've actually noticed on the back of the number plate here, it's got Ratchet, good custom number plate. And I've also noticed here, so Rachel's going to tell us what she does. So I think there's something pretty special happening here.
Take photos of race cars.
Race cars.
Mobiles.
So here we go. Here's some examples of the work she's done.
Yeah, it takes me all over Australia.
Yes.
It's taken me over to Mexico, to the Baja 1000
Oh,
as
wow.
well. A couple of times over there. Really enjoy it. I love the action. I love getting behind the spectator lines and getting up nice and close and getting involved in it.
No,
yeah.
there's some really good work there.
Yeah.
And do you ever get to ride in them?
Well, Matt and I actually did have, that's how it all started.
Oh,
We
okay.
did have our own buggy that we used to race.
Yeah.
Unfortunately spent more time broken down on the side of the track than we actually spent racing. So during those times that we were broken down, I grabbed a camera and just started taking some photos because I've always been interested in photography.
Yes.
And yeah, so just started snapping some photos, and then over the years the buggy got a bit too much to keep.
Well, I did hear a rumour that you were a really good driver and you had a fairly good navigator. Is that true?
Well, to tell you the truth and be totally honest with you,
Yes.
we didn't start bringing home trophies till I started driving.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I won one trophy, best presented, and that was it.
But he's taking that one, but I actually drove the buggy through the inspection lane to get it checked out, and then he won the best presented. So he polished it, I drove it in there, so technically
So do you ever get a chance to drive this machine?
Yeah, I drive it all the time. In fact, this is my car, this is my daily ride at the moment because I don't have I've got an electric scooter that I was using.
Yes.
But now I drive this to the supermarket
Oh, wow.
down to Bendigo and do all the bits and pieces I need to do. So,
And do you need a special licence?
it's a light region, isn't it? Yeah, but I've got my HC, so still,
Oh, well done.
get to drive the big one, but I've done the test. I've got all that, so yeah. No, I drive it.
So when's the next photo shoot for you guys?
Well, we're off to Alice Springs. We actually leave Bendigo on our big trip, our epic trip on Thursday, but we're heading to Alice Springs.
Yes.
And I'll be doing some photos at Fink.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, so I've done that over the years.
So I also saw that you've got some socials here.
Yes.
So could you tell me how people can find you on your socials?
So I'm Ratchet Off-Road Racing Photography on Facebook.
Yes.
And Ratchet Off-Road Photos on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing these photos for about 15, 16 years now.
Wow.
There's quite actually a few photos from Fink. That's a Fink photo. Bike at Fink.
Yeah.
And that's Mexico. Yeah, Baja.
That one's there is really good. I like how.
How the birds.
Yeah.
He nearly took him out.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
Oh, there's another Fink one.
Yeah.
was epic.
He probably didn't land too well there. No, well done.
Love it, absolutely love it.
Okay, Matt and Rach, thanks so much for showing us your rig and explaining all about how it's all put together and your photography gear. It looks pretty exciting. All the best for your trip up to Alice Springs, and we'll catch you on the road.
Yeah, hopefully we
you
see
will.
you
See
out
us
and about.
Oh, you will? No worries. Take a few photos of us broken down on the side of the road. That'd be great. And hearing about what you're doing, I'd just like to... Oh, here we go.
Zach. I'm just going to turn that off.
Take two.
That's all good. No, it's funny. That'll be in the bloopers.
Zach.
Zach. Well done, Zach.